Hello and welcome to this taste challenge, I guess you can call it. Well, I guess it's too challenging. This is Cruzan Estate Diamond Black Strap Rum, both 40% alcohol. This one is produced on St. Croix Island in the United States Virgin Islands, but it's bottled in Chicago, Illinois for Cruzan International, founded in 1760 and still run by the same family for the last 200 years, the Nelthrop family. It says Gary Nelthrop, master distiller. And then there's a little story on the side. Great rum for the greater good. And they talk about the Spirit Fund, which helps communities in the United States, Virgin Islands, and the U.S. recover from hurricanes. That's apropos for this channel right now. Now we got another one passing over. But it as soon as it hit the shore, it became a tropical storm, but it's bringing a lot of rain. That's the last thing we need here in Louisiana. Castillo Gold Puerto Rican rum distilled by Castillo y Cantano, Puerto Rico. But this is part of Bacardi International. Bacardi Limited. I'll put this on the link below. If you click the link below, you'll see Bacardi Limited website. They don't tell you anything about the rum. They just list it. The gold, the silver, the spiced, and the 151. Okay, this is a liter bottle. It was $7.99 at Savannah Discount. Discount Depot on US Highway 90 business route. See what truck that is. Garbage. About time. It's been over 2 weeks. First time we've had trash pickup. I didn't have enough to put out, thankfully. I was being very conservative on trash. I'm not talking about rubbish from the store. I'm talking about like trash. All right. There's a recipe on the back. Castillo and cola. So $7.99 for a liter at Discount Depot, a little bit lower than the normal price. This is normally $18.99 a total wine and more, but I got it for $8.99. I don't know why they had it priced so low, but I didn't ask questions. I just bought it and left. And now it's back to when I checked a week ago, they said they're out of stock. I said, I guess so. Everybody paid $8.99 and got it. Now it's in stock again, but it's $18.99. $18.99. So either they were running a special, but they didn't announce it as a special, or they had it priced incorrectly, which I think is the case for this. And it was the case at Walmart for that Dimple Pinch Scotch, which was very cheap relative to all the other stores in southeastern Louisiana. But that's another story for another time. All right. I'll say it's a challenge. I don't even know why I have tags. I mean, why would I need tags? I'm never going to confuse this with anything else. In fact, let me take the tags off right now. So it's black and those are gold. So that was a waste of my time to even make the tags. But, it didn't take a lot of time, but still. All right. Castillo Gold since 1914. There's the Castillo, the castle. From Castle Rum Company. Meaning Bacardi Limited, who bought it, who owns it now. Puerto Rican rum, U.S. Virgin Islands rum. So they're both from the United States West Indies. That is so pale. Oh, so very pale. It's more like straw than gold, but it's gold. It's very light gold, like the New Orleans Saints pants, which seems to be a lighter shade of gold in their helmet. I could be like confused. This is a rubber cork, rubber stopper, and a wooden cap. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now, the Castillo Gold, I thought it had a strange olive oil, extra virgin olive oil flavor. Weird, huh? The black strap from Cruzan tastes like, it smells like wood or something and some sugar sweet syrup something. It is made from molasses, but it tastes like pancake syrup. I don't know if it's Log Cabin or whatever brand, and oak. So you can call this a challenge But I think you'd have more of a challenge doing a silver rum versus a gold rum. Some of those don't taste much different one to the others. Just maybe one has caramel color added and it might be aged slightly longer, but I don't know. Okay. All right. Castillo, Cruzan Blackstrap. Why? Well, the Castillo was just a nice, mild, like slightly browned sugar, like mild, light caramel, like a light caramel in the nose. This is like creme brulee. That's what it reminds me of in the nose. Like a dark, nearly burnt sugar concoction. Oh boy. Which may or may not appeal to you. No need to close my eyes now. I mean, I knew what it was on the aroma. Now, so are you going to confuse Cruzan Blackstrap with any other gold rum, any gold rum you might have on hand? I doubt it. Are you going to? You're not going to. There's no doubt. Are you going to confuse it with Myers's or Bacardi Black? Very unlikely. Very unlikely. Very unlikely. But Myers is dry. Myers is very dry. It's like dry and wood, and kind of thick-bodied, high medium bodied in that. The Bacardi Black is semi-sweet, and but it has no like pancake syrup flavor. It's just oak. So I like the Cruzan Blackstrap of those three the best. But I like those sweet pancake syrup flavors. Other people might prefer the Bacardi Superior, the Bacardi Black. Is the Bacardi Black good? Yeah. Is it worth buying? Oh yeah, $14.99. Can find it some places. Oh yeah, great. Here we go with this. Look at this. It looks black, but you can see the brown highlights, can't you? Pancake syrup. I think it's log cabin. I'm not a big like pancake eater. I should eat more. You know, I can think of Aunt Jemima. Oh, I'm sorry, not Aunt Jemima. Pearl Mills. Oh, I mean, why did I just say that word? That name. Country Kitchen, log cabin. I don't know the other brands. What are those other brands? They got like private label, but no, I'm probably missing one. But those I think it's log cabin that it tastes like, if I recall. But it, you know, log cabin is a blended syrup. Has all, if you read the ingredients, it's like a mixture. Not too much maple syrup because that's the expensive one. It's up to you. Now, which one do I like better of these two? So I did do, in a technical sense, I did it fair because it was blind. In a real world sense, it was no challenge. Okay, we knew that going in. But oh well, no big deal. The only rum I have that's odd or that is odd as this one is the Caliber Silver, Caribbean Silver, which tastes like strawberry shortcake and rock candy and whipped cream. So bizarre. Oh, so very bizarre. This is basic and nice. Some people claim that Castillo Gold is a secret weapon of rum and that it is in fact better than the parent company's flagship Bacardi Gold. I would not go that far, but on the other hand, if I could get a liter of Castillo Gold for $7.99, you know, at Savannah discount, and I got to pay $16.99 for a liter of Bacardi Gold, I'm gonna get the Castillo every time because it's a perfect trade-off. The flavors, in my opinion, is not quite as good as the Bacardi Gold, but I mean, you're saving $8 a bottle, so it's a great trade-off. I don't know what I would substitute for Cruzan Black Strap because I never tasted anything even close to it. It tastes unlike anything I've ever tried. Literally, I've never tried any liquor that tasted anything close to this. It's bizarre, but I like it. Okay, it's like watching the Some Bizarre show on Night Flight at 2:30 in the morning in 1982 on the USA Network, back when that was a network worth watching. All right. It is a winner. Oak, and dark pancake syrup. That's it. That's all you guys. That's all you can say. It even almost tastes like it has butter in it. One of those is like with a buttery flavor. Crazy. It's crazy. The name rot gut, the term rot gut comes from rum. It doesn't really mean a cheap liquor. It just comes from rum. Because back in the colonial days, in the early American Constitution days, back when the United States was a federal republic before it became an empire, but it really was set up as a federal republic at one time with a balance of power and freedom for the people and all of this. You say not everybody. Okay, not everybody. So let's go and become extremists. Is that the answer? Since everybody wasn't free, then we'll set up a system now where nobody's free, and that'll make it justified. It's like, well, my legs, I have no use of my legs, so I'll cut my arms off. So then it'll be even. It's kind of insanity you deal with people. But back in the colonial days and the early American Republic days before the empire, and I don't think anybody would have, I really don't think too many people would take issue with that today. It's pretty obvious when you call it what it is. They would drink rum all the time. Couldn't drink water. It was unsafe. We have a boil water advisory right now. I'll have to check. They might have taken it down. Would it be really unsafe to drink after it's been running and running and running for a week with no shut off? It's probably fine. All right. But in the colonial days, in the early republic days, federal republic days, it was not fine, and it was very dangerous, and they didn't have Dasani bottled water or any other brand, so they would just drink rum. These farmers, they'd have a little thing. They're working in the field, take swigs of it all day, take shots, And well, I mean, I guess they could boil their water, but they didn't know anything about, Louis Pasteur hadn't been around or anything until the late 1800s, so that wouldn't have made a difference. So, but they would get all kind of stomach cancer and intestinal disease or any kind of other thing you see. So they call it rot gut. It would rot your guts because it was a drink. They didn't know. It wasn't like medical science was that great at the time. And if you look at the old cigarette advertisements from the 1940s and 50s, they would say 9 of 10 doctors agree this cigarette is the healthiest and everything like that. But people questioned the science back in the 1940s and 50s and 60s and said, well, maybe they're not safe. And the cigarette companies say, oh, they're safe. Don't question the science, fool. These doctors said it's safe. Cigarette smoking is good for you. It gives you pep. It helps you not gain weight. It helps you focus when you study. It's a mild stimulant. It helps make your brain sharp, your thinking sharp. All that's true. But then other scientists were saying, no, it's there's a strong correlation between heavy cigarette smoking and heart disease and especially lung cancer. And at first they were ridiculed. Don't question the science, you idiot. You should be banned from the community. You don't question it. But whose science was it? It was the entrenched. It was basically an entrenched viewpoint in the early 1940s and 50s that cigarette smoking was fine and was healthy. It was, and cool people did it on all the movies, and it's like looked at as like pseudoscience or like quack quack people, you know, out on the fringes, fringe groups saying that cigarette smoking was bad. Like down in Louisiana, Alton Ochsner, Dr. Ochsner, they say, well, that quack, you know, he's eccentric. He supports odd political causes. He's crazy, you know. But then in 1965, the U.S. Attorney General, that may as well be, the Surgeon General, very political office, as we all know, determined that cigarette smoking was not good for your health. And people were very angry about that. And but now it's reversed. It's like universally accepted that cigarette smoking is bad. And it's not healthy to smoke a lot or even a little. And but people question the science, and the consensus changed. Galileo questioned the science. Established science. They said, Galileo, you're such a fool. It's like President Obama has said. Well, he wasn't around then, but he said, this is established science. It's a fact. They had emperor, the Holy Roman Emperor, you know, Barack Hussein Habsburg. Remember, he said, everybody knows. And Copernicus also, they ridiculed him. Everybody knows the Earth is the center of the universe. And if you question it, you don't have good judgment. And who are you to question the Bible, established science, religious authorities, and everyone else? My wife, the Empress, was just talking to me the other day, and she agreed. So, but they rebelled against that that Holy Roman Emperor Barack Hussein Habsburg, and then they started to accept different scientific ideas. So anyway, now is there a lot of science involved with tasting these rums? Well, no. Hello, Michael Hill. Good day to you. There's no science actually at all. The only science involved was a blind taste test part to factor out any bias. Otherwise, it was totally opinion. Objectively, no, they do not taste the same. That's an objective fact. Objectively, they are not actually the same style. They're both on the dark spectrum of rum, but one is black and one is gold. Are they aged the same? This I do not know. Objectively, another objective fact. They're both from the Caribbean islands, both from U.S. governed territories. Puerto Rico, which is mostly self-governing, if you would call any state or territory today self-governing under the imperial rule of Rome on the Potomac, but you know what I'm saying. They're both made from sugar cane, another objective reality. Now, what are subjective issues related to these that are not scientific? Taste preference. Some like sweeter, some like drier, some like heavier body, some like lighter body. Those are the subjective things. In my opinion, in my preference, I would rather drink the blackstrap rum because it's more favorable to what I like to drink. No knock against the Cruzan Gold because I think it's a very nice product as well. Another objective reality. I paid $8.99 for the Cruzan 750 milliliter bottle, and I paid $7.99 for the 1,000 milliliter bottle of the Castillo Silver, which is owned by Bacardi Limited, and Cruzan is a subsidiary. Cruzan International, basically an independently run company to a large extent, but it is a subsidiary of Beam Suntory, Jim Beam. He said they got bought out by a Japanese company, Suntory. You're right, they did. But they call it Beam Suntory, just like they call it Anheuser-Busch InBev. But it's the InBev running the Anheuser-Busch, not the Anheuser-Busch running InBev. It's not an equal partnership. Just kept the name for marketing reasons and sentimental reasons and all of that. Unlike Molson Coors, which is a 50-50 partnership. People say, well, you know, Molson bought out Coors and Coors bought out Molson. Neither one of those answers is true. They combine 50% of the company is owned by Molson. That family, it's a family actually, that owns it. It's a family-owned business. And 50% is owned by Coors, the Coors family. And they combine their operations. Now, will it stay? Will it last? Will they always get along and agree on how to run the company? This I do not know. Partnerships are very difficult to keep together because people have different ideas about how to run things, and they tend to fall apart over time. Musical partnerships, the Beatles, that was a company. It was a business, a partnership run by 4 people. They didn't get along. After a while, disagreed about certain things, and so they broke it up. Well, yeah, they broke it up. Not necessarily mutually agreed, but it happened. The Rolling Stones is another partnership. They've had disagreements, terrible disagreements over the years, but they've stuck together. So there's an example of one that stayed together. All right, but anyway, so the final verdict, I prefer Cruzan Blackstrap. Other than that, there's no way you're going to confuse the two. Not going to happen. It won't happen unless you have no ability to taste anything, which I doubt that's the case for most everybody watching. They'd be able to easily tell them apart. All right, thank you. Now, I think it'd be interesting to bring in Cruzan Gold. The Cruzan aged, it's aged 2 years. See, it's old. It's a little old. It's almost an añejo, an aged rum. That means aged. Not the greatest thing. Cruzan rums are kind of shabby, really, in my opinion. I know other people love them. I have the Cruzan Silver. It's okay. And it's yellow, really. It's not silver. Sorry, because of the aging. And the gold, which is all right. So I think Thursday's taste challenge, the Cruzan Gold is going to get strap blacked by the black strap. You know what I mean? It's going to get whipped, beat up, trounced, kicked aside, kicked around, and otherwise abused. You say, but it's the same company. I understand that, but it's 2 different products. So, well, that's the way it goes. Anyway, see what happens tomorrow evening, 6:20 p.m. Central, 7:20 Eastern, or could be as late as 7:30, 6:30 because of things happening, whatever. We have a topic, Oktoberfest beers. Whatever Oktoberfest you want. Marzen, Märzen, Fest beer. It doesn't matter. We were supposed to do it last week, but, Hurricane Ida wrecked everything. I'm looking at it being wrecked out there. And so that got everything off track. I was watching a video and somebody got irritated because somebody said, that's not a Märzen, man. It was a beer hooligan. He was saying, oh, it's a great beer, this beer. He was trying Paulaner Fest beer, I believe it was. He was saying, it's great. This beer's great, which I agree. It's fabulous, He said, such a great Märzen. And somebody pointed out and said, it's not a Märzen, it's a Fest beer. And I didn't know the difference at one time either. He got a little offensive, defensive and said, oh, it's still a Märzen. They're all Oktoberfest beers are Märzens. And I made a comment. I said, no, they aren't. It's a Fest beer, not a Märzen. I don't know how he's going to take that, but I mean, I don't think people are being abusive in the comments. They were just saying, no, it's not. It'd be like saying, oh, this is an IPA. And then you say, no, it's a pale ale. See, it's not an India pale ale. Look, it's a pale ale. And then you insist it's an IPA. But he seems reasonable. I guess he'll probably say, yeah, you were right. I was wrong. People can't admit to being wrong. That's going to be a problem for their channel. I've been wrong many times in nearly 11 years. Many times. All right, thanks for watching, but not too many times. Thanks for watching this video production